Hello there. Today I want to show you guys my upgraded Proffie saber. So I've done reviews on the saber itself is an Antares with my own little modifications, little switch here, these screws, and then the gold tape for the thin neck. I've done a review of this one already, so I won't belabor this too much. But first I want to tell you a quick little story. So this is a Proffie core. So originally my Antares came with a baselet. And so I actually bought a tier 2 mystery box that was Proffie Neopixel. I believe that ended up coming as a Banshee. And so I just swapped out the cores. So the Banshee now has my Proffie my baselet V6 core, and then this guy has the Proffie Neopixel. So of course Neopixel means it's got the pixels in the blade, which can do some really cool effects, and Proffie means that it is editable. Now Crimson Dawn does also sell a Neo core, which has also got the Neopixel, and it has the same features that this does in terms of, you know, how you turn it on, how you switch fonts, how you do some of the effects. Those are all the same, but you cannot edit it. But I wanted the Proffie because there were some fonts and blade styles that I really wanted for this. Unfortunately, the software and everything to get this uploaded was a little beyond my skill. Or not necessarily my skill, it was beyond my patience level. If it was just as easy as just one quick thing of software that you download, plug it in, and then just drop files in there, that would be great. But there were several different steps that you needed, several different things of software that needed to be uploaded. I got all of that done. I thought that I was doing well, but I think I wiped all the settings on my board. So I ended up with just a pink blade that would only light up to about here and do nothing else. Wouldn't change colors, wouldn't change fonts. The sounds for the activation and the battery level were all different. So at that point, I just kind of threw my hands up and gave up. So I talked to a member of the Crimson Dawn Facebook page, Grant from GCR Sabers. And he, you know, we had a conversation, talked about price, talked about what I wanted to have on the saber. I shipped it to California, where they are. And by the way, GCR Sabers, I'm going to put a link down in the description. You guys, it was awesome. Grant really hooked me up with this. Got all the fonts that I wanted back on here and some really cool new ones. And so that's actually what I'm going to show you guys today. So definitely check out those links in the description. You know, open that conversation. You know, he's a great guy and he'll really help you out. So let's get on to the main feature. So out of the 20-something fonts and blade styles that this came with out of the box from Crimson Dawn, there are only about 9 that I kept. And the reason for that is because some of them were duplicates. So the first one that I kept, so this is the Leia font. It's a nice light blue. So it's not a deep blue. You can actually see the colors on my carapace here, just filling up the screen. There were actually 2 Leia fonts. So I only kept 1. So that's one that I knocked out. The next font that I kept was the Ray font. You'll notice that with the ignition here, it actually briefly flashes blue and green before getting the rest yellow. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. You may have to slow down the video to see that, but it's a nice yellow font. Again, there were 2 of these on the out of the box. So just kept the 1. So next will be this Ascension. Nice, beautiful green. I like that almost robotic Transformers-like sound. There was another green one, I think it was called Teensy. I didn't keep that one because I felt like this was too similar. And I wanted my fonts to be a little bit more distinct.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Kylo Ren. You can really see, actually, on my carapace, you see the, you know, flickers much better. Or if I hold it up to the wall, you can kind of see that undulation. So that's a blade style on the keep. has that nice crackle. And again, I'm not going to go over like all the features, like the force lightning effect here. You know, that's on most of these fonts. Just want to go over kind of the ones that I've kept. So there was a Dark Ray and an Empress Palpatine that I thought were just too similar to this. So this one was the keeper, got rid of the other two. Gotta have the General Kenobi with the General Grievous. So nice, rich blue. And it has that prequels lightsaber sound. So the next font that I kept is a stable red. It's actually the Darth Maul. And I kept this one for two reasons. One, because I need a nice solid red. I've noticed with the color changing on these, it's really tricky to get exactly the red that you want. It'll hover on orange, and then as you twist it to change the color, it'll skip to a little bit of a pinkish. So it's hard to get just that right red. So I wanted to keep at least one of those, but the second reason I wanted to keep this font. Oh, sorry, that was the Obi-Wan. But actually, I like this. So this is from Revenge of the Sith. When we get to the Darth Maul, you get that nice duel of fates. So that's exclusive to that font, so love that.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
So even though this particular font has, you know, the Darth Vader intro, and it actually has Darth Vader sound clips, it's a Luke Skywalker Empire Strikes Back. So just because of the sound fonts, I wanted to keep that. Even though this one's very similar to the Obi-Wan font, you can't have two blues, I guess. And of course, gotta have a nice purple. And this, of course, is an unstable. So you see that undulating, just like the Kylo Ren font. So that one was a keeper. There was also a smooth gray font that initially came with this, and it was the same thing. It was an unstable purple, same color and everything. So just kept the one that I liked. And then this one is an orange that has that flicker unstable effect. And orange is another color that's kind of hard to get. And so that's one of the reasons why I kept this. And this one also has a really unique font. I actually like it. Kind of sounds like the Jaws theme if you do it just right. Alright, so those were the 9 fonts that I kept out of the 20 that it had default. These next 3 are brand new. Grant from GCR Sabers got them uploaded, and this is actually the reason why I got a Neopixel Saber. All the previous fonts that I just went over are really awesome, but these next fonts are what really makes Neopixel so unique over baselit. So this is actually a flame blade. It actually sounds like it's on fire. And what's really cool about this is when you tip it down, it's reactive. I believe if you activate a clash, it sounds like a blowtorch. And what's also great about this is that, and I don't know why it's not showing up as well on camera, but you can probably see this better on the reflection here. But it's got a nice deep rich red up here, and it's a kind of a yellowish bright orange here. It actually does look like a flamer. So I really love this one. This also can still change. So I just held the button and twisted, and as you can see, I'm getting different colors of flame. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go on to the next of the 3 fonts. Oh, and actually, did you see that deactivation was really cool, where instead of, hold on, let me go back to that. So back to the red. So when you deactivate this, instead of this coming down into the emitter, since it's supposed to be flame coming out, it actually continues out that way. So that's a really cool effect. This next font does the same, does something similar for a different reason. So you heard that Proton Pack upload, and this one has some good music. So it's like the proton beam. And this was actually FET 236, Don't Cross the Streams. And it's got a nice Slimer green blaster effect. It's like a ghost thing. So that was something I wasn't looking forward to, but as I had that conversation with Grant, he said, hey, pick what you want. You've gonna have room on the sabers. So, I was looking at FET 236s. I believe the fonts were, I apologize, I don't remember the company, but I know that the font style in this case was Ghost Sucker. And, they had some really cool fonts like that. And let's go on to the next one. I couldn't quite find a sound font to go with this one that was unique, but just kept the Smooth Jedi. And ever since I saw this on a YouTube video, I've always wanted it, so this is really like a dream come true to have something like this. It's a rainbow blade. It's really coming off as white, but again, if you look at my carapace, it's an amazing collection of rich colors. And what's really cool is that as you turn it, you can either slow the colors almost to a stop or speed them up. But you cannot do that with a baselit blade. I know that there's some blades that will actually have the color on the outside and you just put like a white light through it, so you can kind of do that, but having it actually pulsate and flame up, that's just awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I'm going to enjoy this saber for hopefully years to come, but may the force be with you.